Hi guys, it's Convictech here, and this is the review of the Mele A1000G quad-core Android TV box. In this review, we're gonna talk about software, performance, hardware specifications, connectivity, video playback and XBMC, and overall impressions. When you power on your TV box for the first time, you are presented with a Metro-style launcher. It reminds of Windows 8. Here you have your over-the-air system updates, your downloads, your RAM cleaner, your Wi-Fi connection, and some folders: music, TV, movie, game, and other. You can go to a folder and add every app you like. Here you have all your installed apps. I installed some apps myself. You can add some apps too. For example, YouTube. And if we go to the settings, we have your networks. You can change to Ethernet from here. Display settings, we are at 1080p, 60 Hz. Sounds and others. If we go to advanced, we go to the stock Android settings, and we see that the box is running Android 4.2.2, and it has the latest firmware by Mele. Okay, now let's talk about performance. The device has a quad-core Allwinner A31 CPU running at 1 GHz. Don't be fooled about the gigahertz. It seems faster than my Rockchip Android TV box, which runs at 1.4 GHz. But if we go to an app called Antutu CPU Master, yes, we can see that we can raise the speed to 1.4 GHz. I haven't done it myself because the box runs quite fine at 1 GHz. Come on. Okay. By the way, the device was already rooted. We can check it with root checker. Wait a second. This device has root access. Okay, let's run onto the benchmark. Test again. And while we run this benchmark, I'm going to talk about some of the specs of this device. As I mentioned before, this device is powered by a quad-core Allwinner A31 CPU running at 1 GHz. It has an Octa core GPU PowerVr 544 SGX, sorry. It has 2 gigs of RAM, 16 gigs of internal memory, 2.2 gigs are available for apps, and 9.5 gigs, I believe, are available for the user to store pictures, you know, and video. As for this benchmark, it scores lower than my other device with a RK3188 CPU, but it feels faster, and it has a better GPU. PowerVr 544 is better than Mele 400. It's moving on, and I have to mention that with this TV box you get a remote. You can see it well here. Here you go. You get this remote. It's very basic. I'll explain to you later. Okay. Let's see our score. 11,654. Okay. Pretty good performance, considering the fact that the CPU runs at only 1 GHz. Now let's move on to connectivity. The device supports Wi-Fi 802.11 BGN at 2.4 GHz. Sadly though, it doesn't support Bluetooth, but it's okay. You have your Ethernet, you have three full-size USB ports, a MicroUSB port, an SPDIF optical audio output, a DC input, an external Wi-Fi antenna, an HDMI input, an HDMI output, an on-off switch, and it has a unique feature that none of the other TV boxes have. It has a Sata connector. You can connect your Sata hard drive, Sata 1 or Sata 2, directly on the TV box, giving you the chance to upgrade your internal memory up to 1 or 2 terabytes. That's a very important feature. Opening the Wi-Fi analyzer, we can see that the Wi-Fi is good. As you can see here, between my router and my TV box, there are 3 concrete walls, so the reception is quite good. Okay, now let's move on to video playback and XBMC. This device claims to have support for 4K video playback. I have downloaded the 2160p sample, and let's see. It has a 4K player. It doesn't run very good. There is frame loss. Let's try it on MX Player. The same. Now let's try the same video at 1080p. Excellent. 720p. Again, it runs perfect. Also, I have some very demanding 1080p videos and the 720p video more. Let's see this one. It runs perfect. Let's see the next one. Great. And this one. Okay, I have to point out that there was a problem regarding the audio. The first 3 clips I showed you, this here, and also all of the clips anyway, they have DTS audio codecs, and when I played them with MX Player or BS Player or any Android player, I didn't have audio. I had audio only on XBMC when I played these videos through XBMC. This was because I had to download the custom codec for MX Player, and now it runs fine. In another video, I will show you how to do that. Okay. Oops. Now let's run these videos on XBMC. It has a custom XBMC version that runs very well. This is the 4K sample. I don't know why it says 1080p. It's 4K. It lags a lot here. The same video in 1080p. It plays great. $720p. This is 1080p 40 megabps. I'm sure this was 1080p 10 megabps. This one is 1080p 40 megabps. And this is a 720p 6 megabps. Now let's talk about the installed XBMC version. Nope, sorry. This version is great. It can play 1080p videos perfectly. And basically it's like any other version you know. I've downloaded some add-ons myself. Let's try stream something. As you can see, it's great. You can download subs from here. Okay. Sorry for the spoilers. You have to forgive me. Now let's move on to my overall impressions. This TV box is great for those who want a media player, playing everything. The build quality is great, featuring aluminium and an external antenna. And you also get an IR remote included in the box. This is the remote. And it has basic functions. Here you can turn on and off your TV box, mute button, settings, menu, home, back, navigation pad, and you have a mouse button too, which means you press this and you have a cursor. You can move with this. That is a great addition. Also, you can buy a Mele fly mouse like this one. The best thing is that it supports Skype calls too. It has a and microphone and an earphone. And a QWERTY keyboard. I'll review this in a future video. Some things that kind of disappointed me were the lack of Bluetooth and the lack of gamepad support. I connected my USB gamepad to the TV box and it couldn't recognize it. Maybe this will get fixed in a future update. Also, I had a problem with a DTS codec on some videos, but I found a way to fix it, and I will post a guide in a future video. Overall, this box is definitely worth to get, because it plays everything as I said before, and it has the best build quality I've ever seen on a TV box. Also, it has a great Wi-Fi reception. Special thanks to Isaac from Mele, and see you again in future videos. Bye bye.